Hello and welcome back everyone to another episode of my big fat journey where today, it's hot. It's so hot. Because the air conditioning is down and it's been down for about 3 days. So yeah, the AC unit decided, hey, I don't like you right now and I'm going to stop working. So it's hot. It's cooler outside than it is inside. For some reason, I live in an oven, I learned. So there's that. So that sucks. But you know what else sucks? The weigh-in. Nice transition there. The weigh-in this week was, last week was 282.8. This week, 283.6. Which means that we had a 0.8 pound gain. If I'm going to point the finger at anything, it's going to be the fact that because it's so hot, I have been downing water so much more. Like seriously, downing water was like the only thing like keeping me really, really, truly cool. Yeah, I didn't really think my water consumption could increase as much as it has. So maybe that's it. But I'm also going to explain some things that I think also kind of contributed to it. But let's go ahead and cover where we left off in the last episode with the doctors, okay? Got the call back from them, and they said basically everything looked great except for two things. Number one, my iron is continuing to drop. It was at a 19%, and now it is down to a 17%. So they're like, hey, get on your iron. And I'm like, fine, I'll get on my iron. I haven't been panicking about it because I'm also on vitamin B. So I haven't really been that concerned about it, but I will go. I am getting on it. I have been on it, and I will continue to be on it until my next blood draw, which I think is like in October. So the other thing that they weren't exactly happy about was I had an increase in my cholesterol, aka one of the things that started this whole journey. But here's the thing. 2 days before, I went to Golden Corral, remember? So the fact that my cholesterol is a little bit higher, is it really that surprising? I didn't mention that at all. Maybe should have, but it's whatever. I'm not too worried about it. He didn't seem to be too worried about it either. He was just like, there's a raise in it. So, but everything else looked absolutely perfectly fine. He said to go ahead and continue on with the diet, which I really wasn't going to stop anyways. So let's keep it going. Being on the iron, I was like, is the iron contributing to maybe a little bit of weight gain? Basically everything online is saying no, that's not the case. So I eliminated that from the potential of why there's a 0.8 pound gain. So I think what it comes down to is the fact that when I cut the episode last week and I was editing it, I was really thinking to myself, these weight losses that we had, a 10.2 and then a 4.6, and we also had a 5.4 in there. Do I need to go hard yet? Or should I go one more time and just kind of see without any cheat days or anything where I'm at? Where, like, is it going back down to the normal rates of like maybe 2 pounds a week? Or is it still burning off this fresh weight? To which I said, give it one more week of just one solid week of nothing out of the ordinary from what my usual keto was before I left for Florida. My guess is that every single little bit of that weight has now officially set in, and I need to definitely go back to pushing myself harder for sure now. I wanted to do one more week just in the name of science, so that way I can try and continue learning about this damn diet and how finicky it can be. And what I learned is that I need to go harder, and that the rest of this weight has officially set in. The other thing on my mind is I think the portions I've been doing have been higher than where I need to be or where I should even be. I go back to the beginning of the diet and I think, I'll just put it this way, my mind has been slipping and I never even realized it. If I go back to the beginning of the journey, I imagine if I was to go and let's just do cheeseburgers for an example. If I had cheeseburgers, I'd have like one cheeseburger, the side, and water. That'd be it. So it'd be like a cup of cottage cheese, a cheeseburger, done. But now, where I've been at, and like I said, it didn't really occur to me till I was trying to think of what I wanted to talk about this week, is I've increased to cheeseburgers plus another hamburger patty on top of it with no bun, no cheese, no nothing. I'm not entirely sure when I slipped into it, how I slipped into it, and how I've blindly let myself do that. So this week, I'm cutting everything back down because I don't think I've always been at this point. There's no reason that I even need 2 cheeseburgers to begin with. I only need 1. I just need my side and I need my drink, and that's it. The portions have gotten way too big. I think maybe in my mind I'm mentally going too much off of the whole mentality of it's just carbs that you have to avoid. You can have as much fat and protein as much as you want, you just can't have the carbs. Maybe that's where I slipped in my mind at some point, but I hate that I've blindly gone to this point where I just now realize that my portions are way too large. So tomorrow, where I'm going with this is I'm going to have 1 small chicken breast that's about 6 ounces, a cup of cottage cheese, water, and then I will still include these guys as a snack or an after dinner mint about an hour or 2 later. Basically just getting the MCT oil and keeping it in my system constantly. So that's the basic plan. These things do help to curb appetite a good bit, actually. That is kind of the plan for this week. And I am devastated at myself because this could have been a really, really good week. And because my portions are completely out of control, I think that's why we ended up having the gain. But like I said, it could also be a bit of the water as well. Because like I said, I am downing probably a good 10 bottles of water a day now. Probably not even halfway done recording, and I've already downed this one, which is 16 fluid ounces. And I could probably down another one yet before I'm done. I'm going to go refill this. Let's see if I could down 2 in the matter of recording. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about this week, which was something that some friends have been bringing up to me a lot lately. And I want to see what your guys' opinion is. Because the majority of you, I do not know on a personal level. I know some things about you guys, and I know how much you support me and everything. But you guys are kind of more of an unbiased audience for me. So your opinion matters to me a little bit more on this issue. The one thing that was brought up was the idea of starting TikToks. Some friends were saying TikTok is like a really, really good area to find people. And that they think I would do pretty good with like inspiring and everything on there. The one main concern that I have about doing it is it's a whole new platform for me, and it's more putting myself out there. And I've always felt very comfortable here, but if it was to get popular at some point, I don't know how comfortable I'd feel on that point. I've always had a small audience for the 11 years I've been on YouTube. Is it 11? It's almost 12 now. Jesus. December 11th of 2009, I think, somewhere around there. But I've always had a smaller audience, and if I was to get big, I don't know how that would psychologically affect me. That's kind of a radical thing. The immediate concern would be I don't feel I know enough about this diet is the main thing that I'm worried about. I've had people ask me on some of the tasting videos, like, how did this affect you and in what ways, and how did it do on the blood sugar and everything like that. I think a lot of people immediately think I'm diabetic because I'm on this diet and where I started, and that was simply not the case. I tried everything I could to avoid diabetes, which is one of the reasons I started this. I saw that my health was going down and I wanted to fix it. So I'm worried that people would start asking questions that I simply don't have the answer to, or people would take advice that I'm not trying to give, it just not work for them and get frustrated. I mean, I know what worked for me, and the more I've been learning this, the more I'm just like, I just don't truly think I understand keto enough to try and push an idea or to give guidance. I mean, I've very much treated keto with a mixture of Weight Watchers, of where you treat carbs as points. But yet, as for like the other half of it, where like how much fats and proteins do you need in your diet, I don't know. I know that adding MCT oil to my diet ended up helping. I know water is your best friend, but that's the extent of it. I just don't want to do something and then end up not doing the best I can for other people. Because letting people down is just something I fear so much. I just hate letting people down. So the best way to not let someone down is to not do something from the beginning. So that is why I'm asking for your guys' opinions. Do you think the doing one with sharing like some of the few recipes I've been able to develop, or some methods for tricking your mind into like being fuller faster, or just some of my personal stories I've done, do you think that would be something nice to have out there? Or do you think it's one of those things where I should just stay locally right here to the series? Because this series isn't going anywhere regardless. I will continue to document this, and I am so happy I documented this, because I've come back to so many different videos, so many different stages, and I kind of want to go back into some of those previous videos and kind of figure out if I could find where maybe I slipped on the portion controls and stuff like that. And I'm going to go through some of my past photos. I keep photos of so many of my keto meals I send to other people, and I kind of want to see when it slipped. When did this happen? When did I start eating more and didn't even realize it? Because I need to get back under control. But yeah, just let me know what you think. Because like I said, the comments I get on these videos matter a lot more to me than I think a lot of people understand. Because the audience is so small, and the people who are here have been here for quite a while. You guys have been through a lot of this with me and through some major milestones. I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. But yeah, I know what their opinion is, and their opinion's all the same. Do it, do it, do it. I just want to know what some other people think before I potentially dive into those waters. I'll end this on a fun note, even though this video has gone way longer than it needs to. I ended up trying on the fat pants again, and I was on a video chat with my mother when I did that. She was just like, "Oh my god, you've lost so much. You could probably fit into one of your pant legs." I think you kind of see where this is going. So inevitably I was like, "Can I?" And lo and behold, yeah, I could fit into one pant leg, both my legs into one, which is cool, sure. And it's like, wow, you should really be proud of yourself. But at the same time, mentally, I just go to the fact that I was there, that I let myself get to that point where where someone who is 283 pounds could fit into one of your pant legs. I mean, that's shameful. But I'm not there anymore. I'm here in the present now. I'm not there anymore. I will never, ever go back there. But it was just something that I wasn't prepared for. I didn't think I was actually going to be able to do it. I thought it was just going to be for a lull. I was just like, I'll try. I tried. But no, it actually worked. There wasn't any room left, but I fit. So, I will say this, though. I did record a segment while in one pant leg for the documentary. So I won't share any of that yet. But there are little tidbits like that I've been recording throughout the past couple of weeks, prepping for those parts, but I still just can't get this intro sequence down. This is the most frustrating thing, is if I can't get the intro right, and I can't get a good narrative, and I can't get I need to get the audience retention from the beginning, otherwise the rest is pointless. And I just can't get it yet. I just can't. I'm not satisfied with it yet. Like I said, I'm not gonna make this unless it's right. And I will get it right. So, regardless though, this episode's gone long enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys back here next week. Good night. And also, I'll see if I can finish it. See you next week.